Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. And we are here with a special episode today that is with regards to our Teachers' Day celebration. We have a special guest with us. We are really excited to have uh, Meenu Gera to be with us today. As we all know, Teachers' Day is something momentous and an occasion to appreciate and honor one particular person who brings that incredible change and shape our lives. We have a remarkable guest with us, and she's none other than a teacher who has brought a significant impact in the world of mathematics. She's an online mathematics wizard, a dedicated mathematics tutor and the founder of Meenu's Maths. Her achievements is truly awe-inspiring, and she's been recognized as one of the best influential professionals of India and has earned a well-deserved spot among the top 50 entrepreneurs from India in 2023. Furthermore, she's been awarded the most prestigious title, that is the Best Math Tutor of the year 2023. So without much ado, let us just welcome all of us together, Meenu Gera. Thank you,
Thank you
Meenu,
so
for
much,
being with
Kaneez.
us.
Thank you so much for inviting me on this precious day. Really, I will use the word precious day, Teachers' Day. It meant a lot for me. Thank you so much for your invitation.
It's our pleasure. You being here is something, a prestigious moment for us as well. You have inspired countless hearts. I mean, I know that dedication and that passion that you have for maths is something that I'm sure you might have inspired so many people cross that, that boundary line. Because I personally felt that usually what happens is math is something, the beauty which can change the entire life, but at the same time, it can become a different story for some of them. It can be the best time also, it can be the worst time also. What do you say about this? Mathematics, I feel somewhere that, the literacy of mathematics is determining the career also of students, to such a fact that there are at times where these children who are not very much capable of, or when they're not confident to cope up with math, they become easily, get their prey of these corporate worlds, because they usually find, they don't question the authority of numbers, and they don't feel like going backward. They feel like not going to that level and asking few or demanding few questions also, because of the fear of numbers that they have, right?
Yeah,
Yes. So
absolutely right.
yes.
Absolutely.
So I would like to know about your journey. What inspired you, Mira, for giving me, for this particular, taking this particular action and coming forward as a maths tutor?
Okay, definitely. First of all, let me tell you something about me. I'm Meenu Gera, online mathematics wizard, mathematics tutor, teaching maths from last 18 years. But if I talk about 18 years, the journey started teaching to senior students. I will use the word graduation students and these all. The beginning was this. Yes, I was handling our own school also, but something happened that everything is at this stage, Meenu's Maths. Let me tell you that thing. When my own daughter was in 9th grade, there was a PTM, and I went to PTM, and my daughter got C grade in maths. C grade means less than 50% marks. Our maths teacher was telling me how ridiculous my daughter is in maths. And the fact is this, I was not listening to teacher. My whole attention was on my daughter. She was feeling ashamed, and she was feeling very bad on that very moment. I kept mum. I didn't say a single word. When we were just returning back from PTM, on the way, she said, Mama, I can't do this. Really, that was hurt him. For a mother who is topper in maths, who is teaching to graduation student, उसका बच्चा ये बोल रहा, really? One pre-board exam. I remember that was 9th grade pre-board maths exam. One pre-board exam can't decide her destiny. That is the thing. At that very moment, I thought, I'm going to do this. Let me handle this. Because that was the time I was not teaching my own daughter, because she was in 9th grade. Or hमें लगता है 9th में हो बेटा, बड़े हो गए, do it yourself. Fine. So this is the thing. So first of all, I went through CBSE pattern. She was in CBSE. And I just look into the thing that how the CBSE is working, how the things are working. And definitely I went through teenage psychology. फैक्ट में ये सबने बच्चे का सवाल था, रियली उस वक्त यही रियलिटी थी दैट इट वाज माय डॉट, मुझे उस पे काम करना. एंड वी स्टार्टेड स्टडी फॉर लॉन्ग आवर्स विद फन, बिकॉज ये बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी था एट दिस टाइम. यू नो, शी वाज नॉट एट द स्टेज कि मैं उसको बहुत सीरियसली पढ़ाती, बिकॉज वो मेंटली शी वाज फीलिंग वेरी अनकॉन्फिडेंट. एंड you can understand that the condition of a student,
Exactly.
a child, half 9th grade, then 10th grade, we worked very hard for 1.5 years, and 10th grade exam came out, and she got a 10 CGPA.
Wow.
And her picture was in the newspaper as with confident face, as she was saying, yes, I made it.
Obviously, when she was a supermodel like you, of course, who has taken that challenge, and she was, I mean, you were there for the child. That was something amazing.
You know, that is the point that you said, na? That is the point that came in my head. I was able to do for Akshara, for my daughter, because she was my daughter. What about other children? Because fact is this, maths is a subject जिसको ना एक बहुत ही horrible word बना के ना बच्चों के माइंड में बिठा देते हैं या बैठ जाता है. I will not say this thing because it happens in somehow, in some situations. At that moment,
most of us, we feel math is a threat, and it becomes a nightmare in most of our lives.
Yeah, nightmare word हम कितनी जल्दी use करते हैं with maths. Really, we use a lot this thing. But you know, at that time I thought, what about the students जो ये maths के डर से ना, they are कहीं जैसे कहीं चिपके बैठे. They don't want to study. They don't even change their career path, and a lot of things are happening with them at that time.
What do you feel about these impacts? Does it really impact the students in all these ways? Do you really feel that yes, it is impacting? As you said, it's a nightmare. Do you think it is really impacting our children? Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, let me complete the first thing that I want to tell, that at that time I switched everything to the teenagers. At this time, I am teaching only to teenagers, 6 to 10th standard, and this is the thing that I am completely doing online. And online thing happened due to COVID, and that is again a small story, but I will not describe at this time. I will not take more time. So let's come to the point that how it impact someone's life. Let me tell you something. Recently, one of my friends, she is a good coach, aged above 50. She just texted me, I want some maths classes. It was little shocking. I thought, okay, let's connect. Why at this stage you want maths classes? Then we connected, and she shared her story, and I want everyone to know her story, because the thing that how this impact a person's life. She was in 6th grade, very small class. She failed in maths. I will not tell her name here. I will not disclose. but she failed in maths. And it was really very, one failure become curse for her life.
Exactly.
That one failure just crushed her confidence completely. She couldn't speak confidently because, as she was thinking that confidence is just reserved for the students who are able to well in studies. It was the first impact that she lost her confidence. It was a very, very bad experience to study with the same student from 6th to 10th grade. Generally, students study in the same school, not till 10th grade. It was very bad experience for her to face daily the same students, teachers, and the school. And her confidence lost a lot. Even it affected her married life, her professional life, lot of things. She was feeling that she's down completely. She's not clever. She's not smart. She was feeling that everyone can do it. And I'm the person who can't understand this. Like, I am the down only. And actually, when we are children, as children, we can't handle this feeling. Understand? Yeah, the feeling of feeling bad, feeling dumb, feeling not smart. At this time, if sometimes we think, oh बच्चा है कोई बात नहीं, अभी ऐसा सोच रहा है बाद में ठीक हो जाएगा, लेकिन नहीं, that becomes scar to her.
Okay.
And actually, this trauma continued to her, in every single part of her life, single area of her life. And it continued when her son was in 5th grade. And he once said to Mama that he said to her, Mama, everyone was writing their maths paper, and I didn't know that from where to begin with. And that very day, she thought, oh my God, it was really, for a mother, you can totally understand that for a mother, it was more difficult. She was suffering from something and she thought, oh my God, my son is also going to be in the same loop. It was again shocking for her. Somehow, when she, with struggling with all the things, all the thoughts, lack of confidence in all type of, aspect in her life, when she was at the journey of taking her coaching classes from her mentor, again, maths came there. In a class in front of 50 students, her mentor asked her very simple question regarding coaching, regarding business, but there was maths. And she just, her mouth just locked. And on that very day, now she experienced the same things, But now she was an adult. She was a strong woman and a strong mother and a coach also, to becoming coach, na? And that very day she thought, bas, now I want the solution. Means everything is happening so much in my life due to maths. Now what to do? Then she connected to me. Recently she connected to me, and soon we are going to start our sessions regarding the removal of maths fear. We have just a discovery call, and she really felt so much, relaxed.
Wow.
That, yes, there is solution. She has, at this time, she has a hope. Yes, there is solution. And she's feeling very relaxed. So when we thought about this maths trauma, it is not only for student life, it is for the whole life, like looping.
Yeah. I totally agree with you, Meenu, because people will relive their events over and over again, and that creates a lot of stress in the minds. Usually, in my coaching also, I remind people about this, that when you relive the particular event again and again, it becomes a threat in life, and all the time you are under that pressure, the stress, and that becomes your emotions. So, yeah, to move forward, I would like to ask you, Meenu, like people have this one question. Usually, even my son has this same question. Where do we ever need this math in our lives? Do we really need all these concepts? Do we really need these, whatever we are learning? Is it really mandatory? Why should we learn it? It's not there in any of the, our day-to-day lives. Then why? What have you got to say to this answer, to this question?
Definitely, I give you its detailed answer, because this is the question that I am listing from last 18 years, from whenever I start my teaching journey. Even toppers ask this. Yes, ma'am, I know this, but why to study this? Huh? Even toppers have this question. So let's start from a small thing. If I start, everyone knows we use it in our daily life. Yes, we use, but how? We are starting from a very simple thing. If I start from our home, from our kitchen, if I talk about preparing food, really to have a proper taste, we need proper measurements, proper ratio of the things, whatever ingredients we are going to do. Very small use. Even a housewife, homemaker is using, but she doesn't know that she's using. If I talk about use of maths now, point is this: we all are using in small and big aspects, but we don't know that we are using. Fine. And this is the homemaker, na? But a chef is using the properly. Huh? And if I talk about shopping, suppose we went for a shopping to mall. Now, if I talk about a teenager, nowadays a 15-year boy can shop himself. If you go to a mall, what's the market price? What's the discount you're getting? What's the tax on that? If we know everything properly, if we have sharp maths, we will be a smart customer. We can do smart shopping, and we can save a lot of money also.
Exactly.
This is the whole life procedure. If we are going for some, to travel somewhere, what to plan, how money, what's the distance, everything can be sorted out with the help of maths. Whatever I'm telling you, I'm telling you very, very common thing, very, very common thing. Because मैं यहाँ पे इंजीनियर साइंटिस्ट की बात नहीं कर रही हूँ. I'm talking about the ordinary human, man or woman, boy or girl, anyone, everyone is using.
Exactly. In general.
General. Children who are studying at this time maths, now definitely they are going to be a responsible adult. They will invest somewhere. They will take loan from somewhere. उस time उन्हें याद आएगा, oh, it was so important.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
Yes.
If we don't take these decisions properly, mindfully, they can be a huge, harms in our whole financial status, isn't it?
Exactly.
If I talk about engineer scientist, ये सबको पता है. Engineer scientist use करते हैं. Everyone know this. So I think there is no need to explain the things. But if I talk about a business person, fine.
Exactly.
Small businessman, big businessman. Let's start with very small thing. In every corner there is a momos wala, there is a burger wala, and some like thing. If I talk about very small business, कुछ business fail हो जाते, कुछ business super awesome होते. Why? Because if we think about that properly, suppose there is some corner like tikki wala, if he knows that how much I need for today evening, how much potatoes I need, how much material I need, and how much will be my expenses, and how many customers is going to be there, and how much profit I want. Because सबका कुछ ना कुछ aim होता है, चाहे वो कोई छोटा person ही क्यों ना. I'm talking very small thing, very small.
Yes.
At this time,
Makes sense, huh?
if he think about these things carefully, then he can decide what should be the price of his tikkis or momos or whatever he's selling. And
Yeah.
according to that, he can make a proper profit. No, so, it can happen that someone listen and say that, how do they can, do the calculation, these deep things. And one thing is this, actually, everyone has this maths brain. It is not necessary that how much educated you are or not. If you are smart enough to understand the things, and if you will think like this, definitely you are going to be in profit. Definitely. If you think everything properly. And if I talk about the big business, who are in business, they can understand business equation. Totally on maths. How will we decide what would be our, investment in our business? What would be our saving? What's the thing that we are going to use for ourselves? Understand? If you are having a good maths, you are going to be successful in any kind of business. Sometimes people think, okay, I'm going to be businessman, or my son is going to be handle my business, so no need of so much study. No, there is need. Fine.
Exactly.
If
Yeah.
you go little more in this, little deep, if I talk about architectures, so what they do? Totally maths. Now, actually, I was teaching one of my students last week, and we had a question related to some lower bound, upper bounds, and she asked me, ma'am, why are we doing this thing? What is the need to do this thing? Let me explain you the same thing. I gave answer to her according to her, maths book, according to her question only. That the question was related to some stadium which is having approximately 25,000 people's capacity to sit. Fine.
Okay.
And when architecture was designing this thing, he was supposed to design it like if there is an emergency, in how many minutes the complete stadium can be empty. Totally mathematical thing. So how can he design? He can design according to that, the number of doors, the size of door, that how many people can go out from that. Isn't it important for all of us?
Emergency exits.
Yeah, emergency exits. Isn't it important for all of us?
Exactly. And we really then. The thing is, even geometry and algebra.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Do you think algebra and these things? What I feel somewhere, Meenu, is that logically, when we tell our children that these are some of the aspects where you can go and learn about math. I mean, when you teach math in that storytelling format or something, as you said, how the emergency exits has to be calculated. So when a person or a teacher teaches in these aspects, the real life examples are given, I'm sure children will be able to grasp it and they are able to relate it to their lives. Somewhere that irrelatable or that that relatability is not seen, I feel, somewhere in mathematics. That maybe that is the reason children are not getting connected to math when compared to that of other subjects.
100% right. 100% right you are. When something is connected to a real life. If I talk about my student, if I have a 10th grade student, I will give them example from their life.
Exactly.
And if I have a 6th class student, I will give them example from their life, very small example like pizza or toffee. What they can relate,
Wow.
Understand? And if anything is relatable to our life, definitely we will understand them where actually we will learn. And बच्चों को पता भी नहीं होता है that when did they learn.
Exactly.
Is
Now, that makes you a mathematics wizard. I mean, one more thing I want to ask, like, what if the child is telling that the child is not able to understand the concepts which are taught in the schools? Usually, we are also not very much proficient to teach them in at home mathematics because we are also not genius. Now, in this regard, what can be done? Like, if the child is not able to understand the concepts in the school,
No problem. No problem if you're not able to understand. Understand what am I saying? The first thing is this: there is no problem if you are not able to understand any concept. It is not necessary to, learn everything. It may be, some people feel my answer something different, that as a teacher I'm saying this thing.
well,
I will say, if you're not able to understand some concept, first of all, keep calm and tell yourself, it's okay. It's okay if you're not able to understand. And give yourself some example or some, I will say that deep thought on the concept in your own words, but not for marks. First thought should be like this: it's okay if I'm not able to understand. It's okay. It's okay. Then again, I'm saying, think about the concept, but not for marks, for understand. Whenever a student or a child, if I talk about, they study to have marks, वो यहाँ पे stress दे. I don't prefer this thing. बच्चों को stress लेके study करनी चाहिए. I will say, just keep smiling, keep smiling. I want my children to keep smiling. When they will be having deep thought on the concept, definitely something will came out from their head. Maybe some solution or maybe more questions.
exactly.
Fine. And definitely, and then they are supposed to discuss with someone, with the teacher, with the friends, have a full discussion on that. That is the way of exactly learning. One concept is taught in the school and you should know from the next day. No, it is not, essential rule for every student. Someone will learn, someone will not. No problem if you're not able. No problem.
Kind of intuition will be there, right? Or we must have those, I think, the open-mindedness to learn something. It's not just about what is taught in the classroom. It's all right. You can learn it anywhere. So
Definitely, yes.
you have,
Definitely, yes.
if you had about to learn, then you will be able to learn. But confidence is something that is boosting us all the time. It's all right. What you said was something, an amazing statement. It's okay not knowing everything. It's all right. But it's okay. I mean, being into that level of bringing that confidence in the child is more important. Very well said. I like that. And how do you think that a child can overcome that fear of solving those complex problems in math? Like most of the children, most students have got this particular thing that I am not able to solve these kinds of maybe algebra, or sometimes they have the fear of solving complex problems. So what have you got to talk about?
So your question is that how can we overcome the fear of solving complex equations? So basically, answer is by making it simpler.
Oh, wow. But we need a teacher like you to make it simpler.
Let's look into think how you can, means how a student can make it free.
Yes, we.
Each and every one is having different kinds of student, different kinds of teachers. Let's work on ourselves. Means I'm talking about student. So, first thing is this: it is not necessary to copy teacher. It is really not necessary. each and every maths problem is having a lot of approaches.
Fine. If you are feeling something difficult, you can go to another approach. One thing is this, that you don't need to copy teacher. Another thing is this, please tell your teacher that if you are feeling difficult, and maybe that teacher will tell you some other approach.
Fine. And even you can completely discussion on the topic with your friends, and even you can completely find out everything from your own head. That is the way. Whenever, if something is like something is complex, something is difficult, longer one, give it small parts, like
Chunking.
right?
Wow.
Chunking of, yes, definitely. And in simple way, try to make it very, very simple. I want to tell you one thing here. Actually, I want to tell each and every student that in maths, really, it is not necessary to learn or cram any definition, any theorem, any statement. It is really not necessary. What is necessary? Actually, what is need? Not necessary. What is need? Just to learn some mathematical terms and understand the concept, and do it in your own way, apply it wherever it needs. Even I will say, if you understand and learn the concepts in your own language, in mother tongue, and if you are talking that thing internally now, that becomes beautiful, really.
Well said, because even I felt somewhere, like I had read it in one of the books actually, that complex things also can be taught, especially mathematics can be taught by storytelling. I was shocked to listen to that, because for the first time I'm listening to storytelling. Storytelling can be good for vocabulary or linguistic skills. If you want to improve, then of course, storytelling can be a good concept. But then I thought, how come math can be taught through storytelling? It was a very nice concept where it was explained 4x minus 4 is equal to 12. This was explained through a story. Why it was told? Because logic, so that the child is able to understand the logics or the basics about that equation. The rules about the equation has to be told through stories. I felt, oh my God, this can, of course, 5th standard or 6th standard child also will be able to understand about these equations. 4x minus 4 is equal to 12. So it's like, talking about a bridge where it should be balanced. Now, 4x minus 4 doesn't know x doesn't know the value. So x is crying. I don't know the value. My value is not known. So slowly the bridge on the other side, it says we should have balance, only then it will work. Since there is no balance, we are now going to fall apart. Now it was feeling difficult for x to stay. So, but the person on the right side, that is in the right bridge is telling that now all should come to my side so that you will be balanced. But when you come, I have one condition. If you have all the plus, you will become minus. If you have all the multiplications, then you will have a division form. So these things, it was like, a multiplicand becomes a divisor, all that. And divisor becomes a multiplicand. You have to understand only this. With one condition, if you are agreeing to that, then come with me. Come to my side. So what? 4 came this side, and now 12 became 16. So this was little easier, but still there was 4x. So x again did not know what to do. So 4x also said, okay, 4 said again here, I will go to this particular place, but I will become a divisor. Then he goes and stands on the bottom. Then it becomes 12 minus 4, 12 divided by 4, and then the answer 16 by 4, you have to divide, and x is equal to 4. That's it. So it was such a beautiful way of explaining. I felt, oh my God, this even a 3rd standard or 4th standard child also can do it. Right?
Yeah.
That was so wonderful.
definitely I am going to use it somewhere with my small kids. It was really amazing. And how easily a student, a child can understand how smoothly it went. And the method is called transposing. If I tell a student it is transposing, in the beginning they will get confused. So complex. It is
Yes.
how smoothly it went.
Exactly. So see, there are enough number of stories and everything for small children, but for elder ones, like for young, older children, it's very difficult to understand the concepts. So it's a wonderful thing that you also mentioned. The way the urge that you have for learning becomes the part for you to learn also. I mean, that is how we start learning things. I just want to know, like, children, especially, they are getting so much of stressed because of the exams and this pressure that they have, the math exams, the math test. So here they are struggling a lot that what if I commit a mistake? What if I go wrong? What if I forget? Now, what do you have to tell the tips for such students where they learn everything? They get there, they prepare everything and go, but there they commit a mistake and somehow they forget the concept or the formula sometimes. So what have you got to say about these? How will you, I would say, help children in this regard?
One thing is this: if the exam has already happened, you have made mistake. Again, the word, it's okay. It's okay if you have made the mistake. It's really necessary to calm our child. It's really very, very important. But mistakes are our biggest lessons. Even in the life also. Even in the life also, we learn a lot from our mistakes. And in maths also, we learn a lot from our mistakes. The maximum we learn from our mistakes. If you have done mistake in maths, in exam, it's okay. But what is important? But what is important? Analyze your mistake. What, why, how, everything. Analyze it deeply. What happened, in which time, which kind of mistake you are doing. I told you that mistakes are biggest lesson. It will be a lesson if we will work on the mistake. Understand the reasons of mistake, how it's happening, why it's happening, what I need to learn more, and in which thing I am weak. Understand these all things. If you know your weak points now, fact is this, half success is done. Because अब हमें पता है हमें किस चीज पे काम करना,
Yes.
isn't it? And
Yes.
just after that, completely, now you know this is the area where you need to work on that at your own, with the help of parents, with the help of teacher, or however you find out the things. And this time, kids are really very, very smart, and they know the Google and the internet. They have so many things, so many resources for study. They can find. If they know where is the lack, definitely they will find out their way. Definitely. So mistakes are not bad, mistakes are good.
Very nice. Yes. That's how we can boost our children also and help our children also learn from the mistakes, because these days this is something that is lacking in all the parents also. They don't allow the children to make mistakes by themselves. All checklisted childhood, they've got the do's and the don'ts. This is what they have. So that's how children are not learning anything from the mistakes. Very nice, as you mentioned it, Meenu. But some of them have, in the mind that children especially, they have in the mind, I'm not good in math. That means I'm not a good child. I cannot I cannot go well with math. Struggling with math. That means I'm not good. So what have you got to give message to such children?
One thing is this, that I really want to remove this thing from a child's head, that I am not good at maths. Fine. So, I just want to tell you some personally what I do. I am not good at maths. 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 I am not good at maths whenever any of my student, actually I have a lot of examples when student came to class on very first day, they use this sentence. Actually, on very first class, I just order my student, you are not supposed to tell these words anytime. So first thing is this, that I will advise to parents or teachers that tell your child or student that don't use this word, that I'm not good at maths. At this time in the, in the world where we are living now, we all know about the conscious mind, subconscious mind, and these all things. Actually, our subconscious mind is listening. We all have seen Three Idiot movie, all is well, isn't it? And that thing I always tell to my students that, oh, maths is easy. Tell yourself. If you're still not feeling na, and that very time tell yourself, oh, maths is easy. Maths is easy. Even I give this thing to practice to a lot of my students to stay in front of mirror, say, oh, maths is easy. Tell yourself again and again, maths is easy. This is the thing that will tell us subconscious. From internally, it is going to give us strength.
Exactly. Programming
there
of our mind, with the language.
Yes,
This means a lot.
definitely programming will be there, and internally system set होगा तो बाहर से भी help बहुत मिलने वाली है.
Ah,
But along that, there should be some proper strong actions also. Fine.
yeah.
If we talk about the struggling in maths, one thing I want to add, to struggle in maths is no. Don't feel that you are not good at maths. Even we struggle. If I say I'm a teacher, yes, I struggle. Everyone struggle with maths. तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Even science says that struggling is a part of growing of mind. Right? It is going to grow. So if you are struggling with maths, first of all, it is normal. It is not the thing that you are not good at maths. First of all, have this thing. Fine? And struggling is the basic thing that from where you are going to learn. It is a part of learning. So take it positively. And if you're struggling, it's okay. Take it normal. And you are really good at maths. Tell to yourself and struggle and take help from around you, your teachers or your, friends or from wherever. So struggling is really normal.
Even I tell the same thing. When my son also struggles in math, I keep telling him that it's not your struggle. It's a way that you want to come out of this particular trap. You are just coming out of the trap. So it's not struggling. You are trying to come out of the trap. So that's it. You don't have to worry about all this. So when such words, when we try to reframe our words, we're going to have a lot of benefits. I mean, we are giving our conscious mind and subconscious mind the message that we can upgrade ourselves. We can be far better. Wonderful. What do you think are the strategies, for tackling some word problems or something like this? Any easy methods, or we can have for word problems? What can be done?
I want to say one thing, Kaneez. You are getting very good questions to me. That these are the need of, I think, every student. And I'm feeling very happy to answer you. If I talk about word problem, read a word problem at least twice. At least twice. Now, what is the way of reading? I want everyone, if there is some student listening to me, please listen to me very carefully. It's a very important part of maths. Firstly, a student should read the whole word problem in one go. It is just a reading when a mind gets eaten from the word problem. At this time, whatever I'm going to tell now, it is about the word problems where students stuck. find little complex like thing. After first reading, again start reading. In the second reading, now it will be little slower and little more carefully. Now note down whatever is given. I mean to say whatever, quantities are given, whatever things are given there in maths problem, note down. In the third reading, now process your head with the solution that what we need to do. And then the real thing will come. Here I want to add one thing. One thing is this. It may be that after 3 readings also you need more readings. It's okay. If you need more readings, do more. Fine. And there is one more thing that I want to add here. More time should be given in reading and understanding. The mistake that students do, they read fastly and they give time to solution. Solution need less time than the reading and understanding. If you do the reading and understanding wrong, then definitely solution is going to be wrong. So when you have full confidence about the understanding of question, that is the time of solution. And when we read and it is our third or fourth reading, when we are understanding the whole thing, solution is done in our head. Actually, it is done in our head. Now we are just supposed to write down. So very important thing, we need more time in reading and understanding the word problem and less time in writing. So this is the mistake that students do. They need to understand. They need more understanding than the writing solution.
Wow. These I would say insights are so tremendous. And I feel that if a student and a teacher both gets to know about all these tactics, they are going to have some changes in the, their teaching tactics also. I mean, their teaching methodology, and also help children also to somehow cope up with the situation that they are in, the fixed situation that they are in right now. So thank you so much, Meenu, for being here. And this was indeed fruitful for all of us. So I hope all my audience liked this show. And do subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet subscribed, and also hit the bell icon. And also I would like to share Meenu's all the online contact numbers and all the all the required details, so that you can become a part of her coaching and maths coaching also, in case you want to connect with her.